Good Friday evening to you. I am Rashi Vats, and we want to welcome you to Houston Live and Local at 7 p.m. A lot to get to. You know, on Sunday, it begins hurricane season, the official start of hurricane season, so we want to get you prepared. Also, survivors of trauma are being honored right now, and we're going to go live there. But first, a suspect we know is in custody. This is following that carjacking and deadly shooting that happened over in Southwest Houston last night. Now, we do understand that the person of interest was actually found all the way in Corpus Christi. Fox 26's Jade Fleury giving us a timeline of events that led up to that arrest.
This is 20-year-old Alexis Garcia, the man who is accused of killing an innocent driver during a carjacking attempt on Thursday. Police say it began when Garcia crashed a gray Dodge Challenger here on the Southwest Freeway near Belford. Police say he walked away from the crash to Willcrest Drive, where he tried to carjack that random driver, shooting and killing him during the attempt.
When he confronted a person in a Hyundai, I believe, fired several shots at that Hyundai, striking the driver. The driver drove under the freeway and around to the Shell station across the freeway, struck a pole there.
When that first carjacking attempt wasn't successful, officers say that Garcia tried to carjack another driver in a gray Audi, but this time he got away.
Caller stated suspect stole patient's black Audi SUV.
This video shows what appears to be Garcia getting in the driver's seat as the driver of the vehicle runs for his life.
And then we've got this other male that was carjacked. You know, fortunately he's okay, but you know, that's very traumatic to be carjacked, you know, taken out of your car at gunpoint. So very, very tragic.
The search for Garcia ended over 200 miles away in Corpus Christi. Officials tracked his stolen vehicle to the area where deputies say it was abandoned. Using drones, officers found Garcia in a rural field armed with a handgun. The 20-year-old is now facing multiple charges, one for vehicle theft, one for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and one for unlawful carrying of a weapon. Reporting from Southwest Houston, Jade Fleury, Fox 26 News.
All right, Jade, thank you. Well, like I mentioned, hurricane season does begin on Sunday. We want to make sure that you are prepared. This morning, Harris County Precinct 4 Commissioner Leslie Briones launched a preparedness campaign, and here's part of that event.
Now more than ever, local preparation is key. As we face federal uncertainty, and Congresswoman Fletcher will speak about it, with drastic cuts to FEMA and the National Weather Service, what we do here at home in Houston, Harris County is extra important, how we come together as a community. Know that my team and I are taking various actions, and I'm just gonna summarize a few. First, we are in charge of 1,600 miles of unincorporated roads, 792 bridges that we have to make sure are clear and safe, and we have almost 7 million feet of ditches. Why is that important? We need to make sure the 7 million feet of ditches are clear so that they have the capacity to hold the water and then convey the water. And we need your help in these efforts. We are working with key partners so that we have these MREs, these meals that are ready, water, non-perishable supplies here ahead of storms. The Texas Department of Emergency Management is fantastic, but it takes approximately 72 hours for them to come. That is 72 hours too long. So local government, with our nonprofit community, with our private sector, with our places of worship, our schools, this is up to all of us, especially now with the level of uncertainty in the federal government. Yesterday, my team and I were excited to announce, thanks to the generosity of community members like you, we are giving away 150 portable AC units. We look forward to growing that program. We actually got a call yesterday of another generous person who wants us to expand that program. We welcome your partnership because we're in this together. My team and I are also hosting 11 hurricane preparedness workshops at community centers across Precinct 4. The next one is June 3rd at Tracy G. Community Center in the heart of Chinatown. Excuse me. We're also working on longer-term systemic solutions in partnership with our wonderful federal partners like Congresswoman Fletcher, with the Texas General Land Office, with the Harris County Flood Control District, working on numerous, literally billions of dollars in projects for flood mitigation, and there are many. In Precinct 4, Harris County Flood Control District, I'm proud to report, has completed the maintenance and construction projects of Upper Cypress Creek, Barker Reservoir Watershed Repair Package and Addicts Reservoir Watershed Repair Package. Harris County also, and I want to thank the leadership of our Fire Marshal, Lori Christensen, who we'll hear from. Harris County was the first county to pass an amendment to the fire code, which requires assisted living facilities and nursing homes to now have backup generators. Because what we saw is it was insufficient to be able to power up the AC for our seniors and vulnerable residents, as well as for essential medical equipment. So we have an ordinance. We're working collaboratively with the affected facilities so that we can partner to make sure, as a community, we are protecting those who need the protection most. We've also installed generators at community centers, as well as portable generator connections, so that we can be nimble and responsive and make sure we have facilities open for you and your families. As to me, it all goes back to home. As a mom of 3 little girls, they get nervous every time we're about to have a big storm. Last year in the Derecho, we had several huge trees crash, and by the grace of God, they did not crash through our roof, but they crashed. So every time they get nervous. And as a mom and as a former teacher, this worries me. So what I try to do with my daughters, and what I hope all of us can do with our families, is prepare. Come to these workshops. Make an evacuation plan. What are you and your family going to do? Where are you going to go?
Good tips there, since hurricane season again officially starts on Sunday.
That's right.
We have Ramisha Shade here, meteorologist, to talk about what we can expect weather-wise.
Well, you heard her talking about it. Know your evacuation routes, have your emergency gear kit ready to go. And when should you be preparing? Not when you hear, oh, there's a tropical storm watch or a hurricane watch for the Houston area. Now is the time to prepare before hurricane season starts, while it is still quiet. Let's go to our graphics. As we've been saying, Sunday is the beginning of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. So we are just a few days away. The good news is that nothing is going to be threatening us over the next couple of days, really over the next week. I think we're okay. However, NOAA and Colorado State University meteorologists are calling for an above average, busier than normal season. 13 to 19 named storms. That's the range that NOAA is expecting. Out of those, 6 to 10 becoming hurricanes, and out of those, 3 to 5 becoming major hurricanes. Colorado State also forecasting an above average number of named storms, hurricanes, and major hurricanes. You can see that average right there. I don't have any information on it. Named storms, 7 hurricanes, and about 3 of those major hurricanes. So we are very close to the month of June. It's May 30th, so we've got June starting on Sunday. So you may be wondering, if we get a hurricane in June, where would it most likely form? Well, it looks like the highest chance for a rare June hurricane would be in the eastern Gulf. So that typically wouldn't impact us, but it's pretty close. It's too close for comfort. So we'll be monitoring conditions in the Gulf right now, at least over the next 7 days. No indications that anything would be organized enough to form in the Gulf. But of course, we're watching all of the Atlantic basin, the Atlantic, the Caribbean, and the Gulf. But right now, the National Hurricane Center saying that they're not expecting any tropical activity for any of those areas, at least for the next week. So we're okay for now. But you certainly need to be preparing. Make sure you're getting that gear together. Portable generator, flashlight, batteries. Like we said the other day, Rashi, toilet paper.
Yes.
Whatever you need to get through a potential tropical storm or hurricane safely. All right, Eastern Pacific. It's not quiet. We are still tracking Tropical Storm Alvin. You can see it there on the satellite getting closer to Cabo. Right now, it's a little bit weaker than it was yesterday. 50-mile-per-hour winds moving to the north-northwest at 10 miles per hour. I want to show you where it's headed Sunday morning. It's going to brush right by Cabo, but notice it's much weaker, a 30-mile-per-hour, likely remnant low by then, so we're not expecting too much from Alvin. That is good news. Should not become a hurricane. All right, quick look at your weekend weather locally. We do have an air quality alert that will go into effect for Saturday. That slightly unhealthy category, that is what we will be in for higher ozone levels. So if you do have asthma or other respiratory issues, certainly be careful out there and limit that amount of time outside. Of course, it's a big weekend. We got a lot of big time graduations going on tomorrow. It looks like most of the day will be dry, maybe a few showers for the late afternoon and evening. Temps close to 90. Sunday, though, better chance for scattered showers and storms, especially between 3 to 9 o'clock. So if you got pool time, if you're heading to the beach, just be ready to get inside, maybe to your car or to a building quickly.
Definitely. All right, Ramisha, thank you so much. Now, we are actually going to be going live to a celebration. We understand that Harris Health has partnered up to celebrate trauma survivors, so let's listen in.
Next thing I know, I seen like a bright light and I realized I'm in the emergency room.
I was 20 years old at the time. I was doing a pizza delivery. I was at the red light waiting for the light to turn green. And that's when I had a truck come head-on collision with me. They put me on the stretcher, took me to Bentop. They took my x-rays. At 12 hours, I went into surgery. I have a broken right arm that has metal inside of it. I have a metal rod in my right leg. I have a left wrist that was broken. My left rib was broken. My right pelvis was broken too in this car accident.
I think it was 2 nights I was at the hospital. After surgery, and the next day I was out, walking with a boot and a walker. I did therapy from August to probably the end of November. I didn't think I was going to be able to walk. What motivated me to get better was my parents. They needed me more than, anything else. And my grandkids, my husband, my kids also. A lot of people depend on me.
I was home in a week, and they would still call my house, check up on me, and got me through it.
The surgeon diagnosed me with 40% chance of living. I've always had a special place in my heart for healthcare providers. They did whatever it took to get me where I'm still here today. I didn't feel alone. Everyone was very helpful. It made me feel like everything's gonna be okay. I can get my life back. Anyone who goes through trauma, be patient with yourself. It takes time, but it also takes work. It doesn't happen overnight. If you put your mind to it and you really be consistent, believe in yourself, and you can overcome this. I want to thank everybody. Thank you.
Thanks to all the nurses.
When we hear thank you for our patients, that's what keeps us going.
You learn a lot about gratitude when you're taking care of people who've been traumatically injured. They've taught me a lot about fortitude. The amount of wherewithal it takes to rebuild things afterwards, it's just remarkable. I aspire to be a lot like the people I take care of.
It's a miracle that I'm here, speaking to you, and I can share my story with you.
Thank you for sharing your stories. In that unfortunate event that you all went through, you were very fortunate to have Harris Health to take care of you. And thank you, clinicians, for taking care of our survivors. Now we're moving on to the program where we're going to introduce our survivors and the clinical team that has taken care of them while they were in the hospital. I'm going to introduce Dr. Alvarado. Dr. Ron Alvarado received his undergraduate degree in chemical engineering at the University of Southern Louisiana and went to LSU, New Orleans for medical school. All of his family are engineers. However, while on an 8th grade field trip to the Texas Medical Center, he was able to see Dr. DeBakey in action at Methodist Hospital and knew he wanted to become a medical doctor. The best part of his job is thinking critically in a time-sensitive fashion. Everyone has to be in the zone. Today, in his spare time, Dr. Alvarado enjoys fishing, diving, swimming, and sailing, anything related to salt water and warmth. Dr. Alvarado currently is an assistant professor at McGovern Medical School at UT Health.
All right, we were just listening into a celebration for trauma survivors. Very impactful and meaningful there. Now we want to go to our Diddy Debrief for today. We understand Diddy Combs' former female assistant continued her testimony today. Mia says she was physically and sexually abused by Combs. Attorney asked her why she kept working for him and why she did things like make scrapbooks for his birthday. Well, Mia says that she was young and manipulated and was eager to survive. Combs' attorney suggested today at least 3 times that Mia was making up sexual assault allegations. Meantime, President Trump was asked if he would pardon Diddy if he was found guilty. The president said he'd have to look at the facts of the case. Well, we do know that a reality TV star is now speaking out about his time in prison. This is days after President Trump actually did pardon him and his wife. We checked in with Fox's Asher Red earlier today about how the couple known for the reality TV show Chrisley Knows Best is now calling for major changes to the justice system.
And Todd and Julie Chrisley are now back home in Atlanta. And believe it or not, they're already filming for their next series, which is supposed to reflect their life after being released from prison. Today, cameras followed Chrisley into a news conference with his daughter, Savannah. Savannah talked about what it was like to pick her dad up from federal prison in Pensacola, Florida on Wednesday.
When he walked out, it was just such an overwhelming feeling because the last time I was there, I was dropping him off and watching him walk away.
And since their release, Todd and Julie have been spotted around Nashville. Back in 2022, a federal jury in Atlanta found the couple guilty of defrauding banks out of more than $30 million to support their lavish lifestyle. Todd Chrisley got 12 years for fraud, tax evasion, and conspiracy to defraud the IRS. His wife, Julie, got 7 years in prison for similar charges. But today, Todd continued to say that he's innocent, and he ripped the entire legal system.
You're placed in a position as a defendant to either bow down and kiss the of the Department of Justice and accept responsibility for things that you did not do in order to avoid a stronger sentence.
The family says they want to work with lawmakers to pass legislation to fix and expose what they call an unfair justice system. In Nashville, Tennessee, Asher Red, Fox 26 News.
All right, still ahead, the power of celery juice. Caroline and I actually try it too. You don't want to miss it when we come back. All right, this is fascinating. We're going to show you how scientists are looking to reverse Alzheimer's.
There are only 7 doctors in the state of Texas that are offering a new treatment for Alzheimer's. So we're about to go in here, talk to Joseph Perlman, and find out if they really are turning back the biological clock. Okay, so there's actually a new treatment available for Alzheimer's right now?
Yes, and we're really excited about it because it's a monoclonal antibody, which means it's a way of helping your body heal itself using this drug, which is made by a company called True Binding. And what it does is it attacks a protein in your brain called galectin-3. What we find out was in people with neurodegenerative disorders, including Alzheimer's, the proteins, you have these proteins in your brain called tau proteins, and they glue themselves together. Well, the thing that's gluing them is the galectin-3. So by blocking the galectin-3, we unglue them. So not only are we slowing down the Alzheimer's disease process, we're actually reversing it. It's the only drug out there that's actually shown in studies to reverse Alzheimer's.
Never heard of reversal before, only slowing the progression. And it's not only for Alzheimer's, it's helping other things as well?
Yes, patients who have Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, it's actually improving that. And the company is now in a phase 2A study using this to treat autism in patients who are between the ages of 15 and 35. So, I mean, because all these different neurodegenerative processes or inflammatory processes, being able to slow down or even stop that inflammation is really what we're trying to accomplish.
And we're talking Parkinson's as well.
Parkinson's as well.
All the same drug.
All the same drug.
Right now it's out of pocket.
Yes, it's an out-of-pocket medication, but it's under what's called by the FDA Compassionate Need Program, which means that they can offer it for a price that's about a third of what you would pay for the big pharma medications that are out there, which are not covered by insurance. The other thing about this is it has minimal side effects. The other drugs that are available by big pharma have about a 15 to 18% chance of brain swelling or brain bleeding. So with those medications, you have to get an MRI done once a month to make sure you're not having those complications.
For this one, it's $5,000 a month?
$5,000 a month.
And how many months?
4 treatments, one treatment every 28 days for 4 treatments. Okay. And I mean, the reversals that we're seeing is amazing.
Images like this really give us a better idea of what Alzheimer's looks like. And when you take a look at this, it tells you why it profoundly affects somebody so much. Look at the difference of this. This is what a normal, healthy brain would look like. This is Alzheimer's.
All right, I'm so excited to share this celery juice. We got to interview the celery princess who is right here in Houston, started her own business and all the benefits of celery juice that you might not have known. It could help you out. Take a listen. All right, welcome back. I am so excited to introduce you to Reshma Varghese. She is known as the Celery Princess, Yay! And here she is looking like a princess. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we have the celery juices here, and people are like, okay, how in the world do you drink this stuff? Because I thought you just put it in salads, or it's just kind of like one of those vegetables you kind of sort of have if you want to be super healthy. Tell me about the benefits of celery.
So there are so many benefits of celery, and celery juice especially, if it's drank by itself, it's a powerhouse in itself. It helps with any kind of inflammation in your body. It releases hydrochloric, there's a whole science behind it. It releases hydrochloric salt clusters into your gut that actually pull out all the viruses, toxins, and bacteria from your system. So any kind of inflammation that you may be suffering from, it helps with that. Wow. It helps with anti-aging. It has a lot of electrolytes. It helps strengthen your bile, which eliminates pathogens, helps with fat breakdown in your body. It helps with gout, psoriasis, eczema. It helps control with cholesterol control. It helps lower your blood pressure.
Wow.
So there are so many benefits to this.
Now, actually making celery juice is a whole process in itself. You have to have a lot of celery. I actually got a juicer and I would do it with my kids, and they thought it was so cool and fun. I mean, it can get messy, it can, all those things, and now you have a commercial kitchen. So tell me about the demand out there and how you are able to produce so much celery juice.
So I have help, of course, but I like to make it and deliver it and meet all my clients because I have a very personalized relationship with all of them. I'm invested in their health. Yes. So usually I have them scheduled geographically. So like my Monday clients are my Sugarland clients, for instance. My Tuesday clients are my River Oak clients. So I deliver it fresh to them. And I do all my juicing in the morning, and then I do all my deliveries in the afternoon.
Wow. How long can it be in your refrigerator for?
72 hours. It's best if it's consumed in 3 days because of the potency. It's super fresh and beneficial if it's potent. So after 72 hours, I do have clients that will stretch it out to 6 days. It's perfectly fine. But if you want to get the full medicinal benefit, I would say drink it in 72 hours. So usually we do 2 cups or 2 of these 8-ounce on an empty stomach every morning, 16 ounces. So that's the best way to consume it.
To the celery princess.
Which smells just like celery, obviously.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
to
Cheers.
Celery Princess.
Cheers.
Mmm.
It's good.
It's fresh.
I feel healthy.
Pure celery. There's nothing else in here. Just
all organic.
Celery.
But I like
So
celery.
good,
Like I eat celery sticks. I could eat them plain. I like them.
Yeah.
So to me, this is
No,
is
I
fine.
like the juice form the best.
Really?
Yeah, you just have to, you know.
Well, I mean, but the flavor-wise, it tastes like you're eating a piece of celery. Just the juice from it.
All right, well, it didn't taste that bad, let me tell you, and I definitely recommend giving it a try. Thank you so much for watching Houston Live and Local. We'll see you next time.
Bye.